All right, welcome back to the IOY podcast. Today I got a new guest on today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Garrett Peck from Pexpeppers Hot Sauce here in Pueblo, Colorado.
Let the people know how you got into making hot sauce and creating your own business.
Well, it's actually kind of a rough beginning. Um, I had a liver transplant in 2004, and I was still addicted to the pills that the doctors gave me even after transplant. So I had no real direction in life. So, but I started tinkering with spicy foods,
Mhm.
and basically my friends and family said, "Man, this is so good. You got to try to sell this." So that's where it all began. Some little test batches in my kitchen, and then it just exploded from there.
Dang. So what was the early, stages kind of like, when you were getting into this? Like what was your process, like with coming up with different recipes, did you already have a bunch of different experience with, these or did you have to experiment?
Well, I can owe all of my cooking skills to my grandmother and my mom. So I always had a good culinary base, but basically, I went for all balance. So you got to balance those really hot ones with some really strong flavors.
Yeah.
So the peppers are the canvas and the ingredients are the paint.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I agree with you on that. And just kind of going back to what you were saying, before is like, not having, direction and stuff, when you're going through those stages, like it's crazy, like how you can find some hobby or something and just really, give it all your time and enjoy it. And then all of a sudden, here you go, here's this new opportunity, and it just, kind of keeps you busy and takes your mind off
Oh
of it.
yeah,
So that's really cool that this kind of brought you into it, and then now it's an actual legitimate business. So I mean that's pretty cool.
thank you.
Yeah. So what kind of flavors do you know that are one of your most popular ones you got now?
Uh, I would say number one at the moment would be Cosmic Peach, and that is an orange habanero and peach sauce
Dang,
that's been sweetened a little bit by wildflower honey and preserved with vinegar. So it's only four ingredients.
dang. He's so pretty simple then.
Oh
Very
yeah,
few ingredients.
I'd say my most complex sauce has maybe 12 ingredients.
Really,
So
dang.
still,
Yeah. So we keep it pretty simple then, huh?
oh yeah,
Sometimes simple is the best.
exactly.
Where are you kind of at now, with your business? Is it in stores online based or what's it look like?
Oh well, we have about 15 plus retail locations. Now that's not a branded Pex Pepper store. That is just where stuff is sold.
Right.
And then let's see here. We're beginning to open our very own retail place where you
Oh,
can get our
cool.
products and maybe some other people's. And I got to tell you, I am so thankful for that. It really cuts down on the stress of having to transport everything everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. You usually have to go to
So
a kitchen and do it, like rent out a kitchen or something.
yeah, that's how we originally did it.
Right.
And let's see here. This right here is the third batch. It's called Gold Rush.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. What's in that one?
This is Pueblo chili, tamarind, mango, and some cane sugar and
Damn.
cider vinegar.
Oh yeah, so it's a little has a spicy to it with some sweetness.
Oh yeah. So the weird. What is that flavor of A1 steak sauce? That's tamarind.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn. So you put some of that in there.
Yeah. So it's a really addictive flavor
Yeah.
that you can't quite put your finger on.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that sounds like it's pretty good. Where'd you get the name at for your business?
It's actually I guess the phonetic spelling of my last name in plural or in possessive form. So instead of Peck, apostrophe S. It's just PEX.
Oh, okay. But it kind of sounds the same, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my grandfather was Pex B Supplies, and I am Pexpeppers. But
Oh,
he
that's
had PECK apostrophe S.
so the
So I was
entrepreneur is kind of
yeah,
runs
I was
the
kind of
family.
new aging it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You have your own little spin to it. What did he do?
Uh, well, aside from his main job as a criminal psychologist, he had lots and lots of beehives. He went to I used to live in Pennsylvania before I came here. So he would drive to from Pennsylvania down to Georgia, get all kinds of bees in the spring for northern beekeepers to buy them.
Dang. That's pretty cool.
And
So
then
you, oh, go ahead.
and then he also extracted honey and on top of that. So
So you kind of did you get some experience through that, or were you ever around for that when he was doing that?
oh yeah, yeah. I lived right next door to him. So I was constantly exposed to his business practices and stuff like that. And then my close friend, his name's Darren, uh, basically has helped me every step of the way logistically with the business.
How would you kind of expand on that and say, like, what has helped that he had done for you?
Oh, well, he basically taught me how to interact with social media.
Yeah.
He got me organized, really. And that's one thing you got to be in business is really organized. And I'm still struggling with that a bit, but he has genuinely helped me along the way.
Yeah, that's good. What did it kind of start off with when you were doing it? Just currently, like you were in your making these hot sauce batches, and then you were just selling it to people locally, or how did it kind of
Yeah, yeah.
expand?
It's kind of funny you asked me that. So I moved from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and that's when it really took off because
Uh,
that's also when Bitcoin came about.
oh, okay.
So I started accepting, well, for the local stuff, I sold at local farmers markets, stuff like that. But then I also had an online face because I knew it was the future.
Yeah.
So I started accepting Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies for my hot sauces. And this is early cryptocurrency.
Damn. How did that work out?
Surprisingly, very well. I've sent to over 40 different countries. Um,
Damn.
yeah.
That's pretty good. So when it was starting to take off, what was your initial thoughts? Like what was going through your mind? Like, did you have to get more help, or what did you have to do?
My only thought was, is my stuff really this good?
I'm sure, it's probably like it's crazy to see like all these people from different areas just like holy shit, they want to try it and they like it too, so then you're like, damn.
Absolutely.
You're like, is this actually a thing? you know?
Yeah. So let's see, that was all done under let's see, that was around 2011, no, 12 through 2016. And then in 2016, I moved here to Colorado.
Oh, okay. And you moved to Colorado, you think for more opportunity for the hot sauce business?
Exactly. The demographic is better. I can get chilies, about peppers, about 10 miles down the street.
Really?
Yeah,
More
they're all
variety?
farm grown here.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. So I mean, in the wintertime, they were able to grow them there too.
No, so during the winter time, they actually freeze them in the summer for me
Oh,
because
okay.
they have an excess that they didn't sell to their customers, but people like myself will gladly take them up.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure. I mean, what kind of varieties do you like messing with? For these peppers, what are kind of your favorite ones?
I feel like every pepper has a purpose of its own.
Yeah.
So the Pueblo Chilis, they usually go into my Mexican themed sauces.
Hmm.
Uh, Stuff like habaneros, ghost peppers, stuff like that. They can either go fruity or they can go savory. It doesn't really, it all depends on what you want the outcome to be.
Yeah. And you can.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
so when going into making a hot sauce, you should have an end goal as to what it should taste like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you don't, then you're just kind of all over the place trying to mess with it and figure it out. But if you have some kind of thing to fall back on, then it's more of a, more of a better direction.
Yes, absolutely.
Where'd you get the logo from? Was that, from your grandfather's business, to have that be on there?
No, actually, my logo is my friend Melissa Hill drew this for me in 2010. So I've actually been tinkering with this stuff since about 2010.
Okay.
I've been eating spicy food my whole life. But anyway, I said, yeah, I don't have one on me, but my grandfather also had a bee logo, but it wasn't nearly aggressive enough for hot sauce. So I just contacted her one day, and she's a really good artist. And she said, sure, I'll draw you one up. And it was basically a prototype of this. And then since then, that was 2010. So since then, I've had three different versions of this Hornet.
Damn. So you just kind of keep messing with it as you go then?
Oh,
I
yeah.
like how
So
it looks. It looks pretty nice. Really
thank
professional.
you. Um, but all in all, I usually either hire friends or just do the labels myself
You pretty
for
good with
label
art?
art.
Are you pretty
Yeah.
good with artwork?
Photoshop, yes.
Yeah.
Drawing, no.
Same here, man. I cannot draw it all. It will look like a kindergartner's artwork,
Oh, yeah.
if you had me draw something. But, you just always got to know your strengths and your weaknesses, so you can have someone else mess with it.
Exactly.
So your website that you have, when did you create that?
Oh, let's see. The website was created, well, as it is now. It's been up since May of last year, or May of 2020. It's been a Shopify store. And then before that, Pexpeppers.com first surfaced in 2012.
Online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So was it like, how did you market then, with the website? How did you push that, to get other people to buy it?
Oh, well, we have the main three, which is Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Right. And
And right now, I can't believe I'm about to say this, I'm learning TikTok.
yeah, that's a fun one, ain't it?
Sure.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, what do you plan on doing with it? You gonna do some little dancing with it, with your hot
Exactly.
sauce?
I'm gonna dance with my peppers, but not really. Basically for TikTok, it's all how-tos, like
Oh,
how
okay.
to make hot sauce, how to plant peppers, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting because then you can do like the beginning, middle, end stages, and boom, boom, boom within
Exactly.
like 30 seconds or a minute. I really like those. Those are really interesting and they get people's attention, because
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
this day and age, everybody has, a short attention span. So, I mean, that's what that app is. I mean, scroll, scroll,
Oh
scroll.
yeah.
No, that's good to have, all these social medias, to really get your stuff out there, or else, it's kind of hard to get it all around the world. Do you ever do any paid advertising or anything?
We did at one point, but it got our sauce out there, I will say that, but we didn't really return a profit on it unless you count we didn't unless you count new customers as profit, which I do.
Right. Yeah, because then you never know, they're going to keep returning and coming back and hey, tell my friend this, da da da. So yeah, it's good to get brand awareness as well. But other than that, you just use the social medias.
Yeah, so it's just basically word of mouth usually.
That's good.
Um, because I've been doing this for so long, quite a few people know about Hex Peppers.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like I said, it was on YouTube too, and that's how I, was able to find you. They had your information. I clicked your page, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like,
Absolutely.
because you never know, like with those reviews and stuff that they do, sometimes the people are gone. But I was like, I went to yours, and I was like, oh, cool, cool, he's still around.
Yeah,
you know. But I mean, it's just the power of social media really does help. So
it really does.
yeah. So I was gonna ask you on that store that you're doing, you're gonna do it with some friends and stuff. They got their own stuff going on too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't just have my own stuff because that would be a little weird. Because I also want to run a full-on hot sauce shop
Yeah.
uh, for brands that I think have just as good quality as myself.
Yeah. That'd be cool. So when do you have any partners or anybody, with it that you want to do?
Um, there's a few, but I can't mention them yet.
Yeah. No, yeah, just don't want to say too far, before it happens. Do you have like a date or anything you're looking at? Maybe?
Should be early March. We just got our business license for the retail store side,
Yeah, that's
and
dope.
so that's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, because you're gonna have all your sauces and people can actually come there and you can make your stuff there, and then, like you said, you don't have to take it back and forth at wherever you may be going with it.
Exactly.
When you do that now, I mean, what does it look like when you're taking all these peppers and you have like a bunch of stuff you got to take to a kitchen you rent out then?
Oh, well, I'm actually in my own kitchen right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you have one that you rent out every month or whatever?
No, we own this place. The
Oh,
kitchen side already opened. The retail side, which is over there, uh, so I can cook here, but I can't sell here yet.
oh, okay. Oh, so you already got the building then and everything.
Yeah,
Damn, that's really cool.
so that took a little longer than expected because of COVID and all this fun stuff going around.
Shit, yeah, I know. How long did it take?
It was originally, it took about a year, a year and a month, about 13 months.
Yeah, I'm sure, with all that stuff going on. How was it? Did it impact your business at all?
Uh, Not really, only because I already had a place to rent.
Hmm.
So it was an easy transition of going from that kitchen to this kitchen. I just had to file some stuff with the state and we were golden.
Damn, well, that's good. I mean, for sales wise, I mean, you were already basically an online business, right, at that point?
Exactly. So we did it basically the reverse as most other people did. We became an online business first, and then we're opening up a retail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of good. The best way it seems to kind of go anyways, because then you can build up a customer base, for the time being, until instead of just, all right, I'm
Exactly.
going to open up a shop now.
Exactly.
I really like those, those little peppers or that little pepper shaking stuff you started making
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So what's like kind of the process with that, or what kind of peppers do you use?
Um, I still personally don't know how to safely dehydrate peppers yet. So I use some of the best ones I can find that are already dehydrated and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And after that, I just basically, just like the sauces, it's all about a flavor balance.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do
Now,
have, oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, like on the website, you have, like the mild, spicy, or the hot, right next to the hot sauce, like on the product itself, so you'll have the
Yeah, yeah.
ratings and everything. I was gonna say, with that, was that on there too? With that, with these little crushed peppers that you
Oh,
have?
yeah. Because every pepper is different.
Yeah,
You have to. So my method of testing pepper flakes is actually to go on a pizza or
yeah,
anything that you can put pepper flakes on and really taste the flavor along with the heat.
yeah. I agree. That I really like, eating those with like pizza, Italian products and stuff like that. Those flakes, they go really well on those.
So in the few next coming months, you can also from pepper flakes, you can expect seasonings like taco seasoning, popcorn seasoning, rubs, stuff like that. Pepper jellies, other condiments like I probably won't do ketchup because that's so overdone. But authentic barbecue sauce instead of just barbecue based.
Yeah, because you got a
And
lot of barbecue on there.
oh yeah, and pepper jellies as well.
Really? So they're gonna
Oh
be like a
yeah,
spicy jelly?
oh yeah, it's amazing. Some of these peppers have naturally fruity or zesty flavors. It's quite interesting.
Damn, and they just have that little spice to it as well.
Exactly.
Damn, there's a lot to be learned about peppers, that's for sure.
It sure is. Here's a fun fact. A ripe red chili pepper contains about 5 times more vitamin C by weight than an orange.
Really?
Yeah,
So if you eat one of those, you'll get your vitamin C. Make it
basically,
fun
yeah,
of it if you can handle that spice.
exactly.
How do you go about making that red hot sauce? Because I mean, here in Nebraska where I'm at, I don't really find much green, or I only have find green and orange peppers. I don't really find, red ones.
Okay. Well, most red peppers are just green. Actually,
Right.
all of them are the green ones just ripe.
So I mean, like, if you can't find, I mean, like, say, like the ones that at the store, I mean, like, since they're already green, I mean, they're not really gonna continue to be red, right? Because they're
Correct.
already pulped.
So, I mean, if you leave them on your counter for a few days, they might start to change, but they're harvested quite early, actually.
Yeah,
So it might not even hit the ripe window before it starts to spoil.
yeah. So I
But
mean,
I've
oh, go
spent
ahead.
a lot of time trying to source peppers from other places.
So do they, when you order these, do they just send you like a big old box of peppers when you order them?
Yeah, sometimes. Other times it's pureed peppers already in vinegar.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So all I have to do is just add a little bit more vinegar and then the rest of the ingredients, and then heat it up to make sure it's safe, and then check its pH again to make sure it's safe, and then bottle it, and
Yeah,
then you're golden.
that's what I was gonna kind of hit on, because looking at, like, common questions that I do see is like, how do you bottle hot sauce? There's always that one, because like with
Yeah,
salsa, you can, put it in the bath, boil it and the,
yeah,
boil, what I mean, and then but salsa, you don't do that. It's different, right, with the hot sauce.
yeah.
So I mean, like,
So hot sauce differs. Well, you can do it in those same jars,
yeah, the Mason ones.
but there is a little. Uh, so you fill the bottle up to about here,
Hmm.
and then it's about 180 degrees when you fill it, and then you flip it on its head to sterilize the cap, and then that's called hot fill and hold. So after about 2 minutes, you can flip it back up because everything's all sterilized, and you just let it cool off and then take a pH the next day to make sure it's within your range of what it's specified. And
So
there you go.
after you seal it tight, though, you check the pH.
The next day
Yeah.
on one of them out of the whole batch.
Oh, right. Okay. So then the pH should be throughout the whole.
Yes.
Okay, they should all be the same. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then after you open that one bottle, then that so you put it in the fridge, right? And then it's good for. Is it stay good for like a year or still or
It should stay good for 2 years, unopened.
unopened?
And
Okay.
then if you open it, on some of my sauces, you'll see, please refrigerate after opening. This one doesn't have it because it doesn't need to be.
Okay. So then
Um,
how long are they good after they're open then? Usually.
Indefinitely in the fridge, and then on your counter, some people say up to a year. I'm gonna say a month, only because I'm really paranoid about food safety.
Right. Yeah. So after a month, you just well, don't actually get rid of it, but I mean, you could if you wanted to, but like, but you
Yeah,
wanted to be safe as possible, right? I see what you
exactly.
mean. Yeah.
If
No,
it smells funky, if it looks funky, pitch it.
yeah, because then you don't want to get bacteria poisoning or whatever. But
Botulism.
yeah, there it is. I do see. Okay, another question is like for the pH level. I see if it's under 4.6, it's good. I've heard 4.2. Which one do you go by?
Currently, I believe the FDA says it's below 4.
Below 4. Okay. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that seems
so
pretty. I mean, it's good. I mean, that's not really hard to master. I mean, how do you decrease your pH level if it's higher?
yeah, you just add more acidifier, so more vinegar, something like that.
Right.
Citric acid, if that's what you're using.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that's what people usually do use is like extra vinegar. I mean, other ones there's like lemon juice or something if they want to put that in their sauce, ain't it? Like lime juice or lemon juice, something like that.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. How do you when you I guess when you make your sauce, do you strain out the pulp or do you leave it in?
Oh no, this is all thick.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what a lot of people like to have all that flavor. Because when you strain it, don't it takes them out?
Yeah. It also really reduces how thick the sauce is, and it doesn't provide as good of a mouth feel, if I
Right.
said
Yeah,
that right.
it's more like a water if you do strain. It's just like nothing but
Yeah,
pure water. So you want that thickness to it, right?
exactly.
So on your lids, do you don't have that little spitter on there? You just have the, because there's usually a little white spitter on there when you.
Actually, uh, so it's just like that on all of our bottles.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because then it's a lot easier to come out.
Did you happen to hear that pop when
Yeah,
I
I
opened it?
did. That's how you know it's sealed. Let's see, what else did I have for you? Um, when you're buying peppers and stuff, do you buy in bulk or your glass and all that? Your bottles and everything.
Oh yeah. Usually we buy our bottles on straight up pallets,
Damn.
and there's 240 cases of 12 per pallet, so it's quite a bit of bottles.
Yeah, no, yeah, because I mean, at your kitchen and stuff, when you make these batches, you usually make a whole lot, just so it's good.
Um,
Or how do you, when you're making these, how do you go about it with your batches?
I'm going by my equipment limits at the moment. So if I get bigger equipment, I'll be able to make bigger batches, but each batch size is between 180 and 250 bottles.
Dang. Yeah, so that's a lot of bottles. What do you
Oh yeah.
prefer? Prefer glass or plastic?
I definitely prefer glass because it doesn't warp when you're hot filling it. But with new plastics, they're starting to get very, very good at not doing that
Damn. And they're cheaper too, aren't they?
by a good bit. The plastic is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Um, what is, I guess, I always ask all these questions to, all my guests that come on, what is a lesson that you've learned from business where you might have been screwed out of a situation to where you can prevent someone from going through that same thing?
I was going to say don't use FedEx,
What
but
happened?
all right. So I used to have my sauces cooked for me about 180 miles north.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then FedEx dropped off the pepper purees that I was talking about in the winter
Yeah.
months, and half of the buckets went missing, and that was about a $1,800 loss.
Jeez. Did you never came to find out how that happened? How they lost half of it?
No, I still never got it figured out,
Dang, that's
but
crazy.
basically, if you can do something yourself, do it.
So you make the trips back and forth? Well, after that?
Yeah, I'm even going so far as saying if you can cook it yourself, do it,
Oh, yeah.
because that way you have I don't know, control over your process
Yeah, and then you ain't have to worry
instead
about,
of having, someone else mess it up or something like that.
yeah. What are some struggles you went through that brought you to where you are today?
Some struggles, oh boy. um, Definitely finding new wholesalers for getting our products out there into different stores. That's always kind of a struggle because you don't want to come off as like a 1990 salesman. But wait, there's more. Um,
Yeah.
and it was also really difficult keeping things organized because if one little thing falls out of place, the rest can be like a house of cards.
Yeah. And then everything else falls with it.
Exactly.
So when you reach out to these wholesalers and stuff like stores, what do? You just give them a phone call and be like, "Hey, I got this product." Da 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 da.
Honestly, no, you don't even phone call anymore. Nowadays, you email.
Really?
And that's another thing my friend taught me how to do is how to properly email new establishments for having them take on your product.
Damn. So you just go to like a lot of local, ones, or do you go to any big ones like Walmart or something like that?
I won't approach Walmart just yet, only because I don't have the production capability of it yet.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Yeah. So I would be in this kitchen for a year straight, and they still wouldn't make a dent on what they would need.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got a lot of different products to offer.
Yeah, I have no, I have 20 different hot sauce flavors, and I have three different pepper flakes. I
Mhm.
have a bunch of jellies and other stuff coming.
Yeah, so you'd be in there for quite a while.
Yeah.
What motivates you to do what you do every day?
Oh, basically just keep me clean. Well, it has been 9 years since I've had a sip of alcohol or a pill, so that's good. But seeing everyone's faces when they try my stuff,
Yeah.
that and being a good role model for my son.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, that really sounds cool. I mean, all of that, all of that really impacts, your business, your personal life and everything. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
keep it up, and keep doing that. I mean, you're
thank
doing
you.
a great job. I mean, I gotta try some of this hot sauce too. I'm gonna buy some off your website after we get off this interview.
Oh, awesome.
um, what would you tell your younger self? Like, what
My
kind of
younger self
advice? Yeah,
or younger self.
your younger self.
Keep doing it.
Keep pushing.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I think, that's all I really had for you. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Uh,
Your website links or your
all right. So
social
you can get
media?
our stuff at pexpeppers.com. And as of today, you have 6 days left to take advantage of our celebratory sale of 15% off site wide. You don't need a coupon for that. And our retail store should be open in early March.
That's dope. But that's pretty exciting, man. I mean, to have your first actual store like that.
Oh, yeah. It's mind blowing.
Well, just keep pushing, man. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on and giving out tips, for me and anybody else that watches this video, that's interested
Oh,
in getting the hot
absolutely.
sauce business. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for giving me your time and, just keep pushing. And like I said, I'm going to try that hot sauce.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was great meeting you.
You too.
All right. You have a good day, man.
You too.